Well, good morning, everybody. I hope you are having a fantastic Friday. And you're probably either on your way to work or you are probably just coming home. Oh, you're probably having that drink because someone got slick and you needed to have that drink so you don't murder anyone. So, with that being said, I thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode. And for those of you who are new to the podcast, I would like to say, welcome to the Connect 0007 podcast, where the human connection is everything. And I am your host, Thaddeus Sims, and this is the 46th episode titled At the Heart of Connecting. And I want to say, though, this is going to be a very interesting episode. And also, it's only me, guys, so not a guest speaker this time. I've been, one of you guys to get, little different things going on, little different flavors, because I know you're used to me. But I wanted to give you a little something different, So now you kind of have me just today, so you're welcome. But this podcast episode is going to be a bit different, and I will explain that shortly. First, I have to share the announcement and the fun fact, and then we'll, go on to what we're actually going to be talking about. So the announcement is, if you do not know, and if you haven't seen on social media this week or on the email list, then now you need to know. There is a new shirt that I released. It's the Air shirt. Like there's fresh air outside. And I wanted just to talk about just the message behind this shirt. And it's really just a message about our thoughts literally can change our whole environment. And we pretty much have like the power of the air too. And on the shirt, it says, our thoughts invisible like the air. Pretty much is just talking about like how powerful it is and how it can literally just change our environment just like the air can. I was just like, I was inspired by that, and I wanted to just like put that on the shirt, nice color and things like that. So if you have not checked those out, by all means, please do. Get one for yourself and your loved one. And for the fun fact, which I was a little on this one, but y'all could do the research and let me know if I'm wrong. But the fun fact, so far, 2 diseases have successfully been eradicated: smallpox and rinderpest. The last naturally occurring case of smallpox was diagnosed in October 1977, and the last case of rinderpest was diagnosed in 2001. Personally, I have never heard of rinderpest, and I'm hoping I am pronouncing that correctly. So there's that. Now, moving on to the episode. So this one is a bit interesting because my intuition pretty much was just telling me like, hey, this is what we're going to talk about. I was sitting there and I was thinking about, how to make the podcast like better for everyone. And what came to mind, it was a song I was listening to. And I think it was Incredible by these 2 people. I can't think of it. But anyways, in the song, it was just talking about, making people remember, things like that. And so in the process, things were just kind of like downloading into me of, what is at the heart of connecting. And I'm just going to kind of go through some bullet points, and feel free to leave comments, on the snippet of the episode and whatnot. So one of the points of like what's at like the heart of connecting is feeling understood. And it's such a beautiful thing when you're able to connect with someone who can fully understand you. And I don't mean partially understand you. I don't mean just kind of get you or relate to you, but like that person who fully understands you, why you do the things you do, your triggers, what, doesn't trigger you, all these little things, like it's just having that person. When you have that connection with someone, it just builds this type of, the best way I can put words into this feeling, like it just builds some type of like solitude, or not solitude, a foundation. It's just like this firm ground that you have for this person, this firm connection that you have with them, knowing that they like fully understand you. And I think at the heart of connecting is when you do connect with someone, we do seek to be understood in some degree, right? So that's one point. Another point is just feeling 100% yourself and discovering deeper things about yourself. So another thing is when you're just connecting with someone, and to be able to like feel that 100% yourself. And honestly, it's sad to say this, but I think some of us, the best that we could even do when it comes to feeling 100% ourselves is it's in the imagination. And I'm gonna be real, because though my podcast is all about connecting with people, there are still people I can't really feel my 100% self around. Though, don't get me wrong, it's just not like, oh, are you being fake? It's nothing like that. But it's just, there are some people who get you in more levels and in more ways than one. So there are some people who, I can feel maybe 20% of myself, because other things we just don't talk about, like they're just not there, or we don't have none of that in common. So it's just, but it's a good 20%, like it's needed. We do, we do what we need to do. And then, but just that pure connection where you can feel 100% yourself, and it's just not in the imagination, is just like a sense of comfortability and just like safeness with that individual. And when you are feeling 100% yourself, you start to discover things about yourself when you're connecting with some people, because everybody brings their own set of things, with themselves. And you kind of see, like, if a person kind of maybe bothers you, like, why does that bother me? Or if a person like says, every time you do this is this, you like, they just, help you discover these deeper things. And then when you do really feel 100% yourself connected with a person, you just kind of discover like maybe there's new levels of love that you could have for a person that you did not know, right? So that's another point. Another thing is just, I would say a part of being at the heart of connecting is someone bringing out the different sides of you, like that person who brings out that inspiration or elevation, ignition, even just like, epiphanies and revelations and things like that about yourself. Just having that, it's, again, I'm trying to put feelings into words, but it's just like when you meet someone and when you talk with them, like we'll just say you're already at a high enough space, right? You're doing your thing, you're positive, blah, blah, blah. But you meet someone, every time you guys talk, they lift you higher than you could have done by yourself. And that's just one thing. Or another person who ignites you. And it doesn't have to be like pissed off, but it's just like when you talk with them, you feel so much energy that you want to do more every time you're with them. And even just inspiration, like you just talk with a person for 15 minutes and whatnot, and you're connecting with them and they just say some things and it just inspires you to really do more. I know I've talked with a few people, and it's rare that certain people inspire me. So let me say that. So when I do meet those individuals, they inspire me to do more than I thought, like I thought was possible. So I feel like that's another thing. Another point is being able to share what I call your sacreds with someone. And so sacreds, SACREDS, sacreds. And what that is things that are like secret, like, and sacred to your soul. And I feel as though that is a very, 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 very rare thing you can do with an individual, just sharing things that is like sacred to your soul. So, and both of you being able to do that, I feel like you enter a whole new space of connection when you're able to just share the things that are sacred to you. It's just like, the person is invited into your temple. Yes, they're able to see things, whatnot. They're able to see your world, where your temple is built. But this is like the chambers of, like, this is the heart of the everything. And having that person that you're able to do that with and share that, and vice versa, and you both can just bond off of that and then some. I feel like that's just a very crucial, like, very rare thing to have. And I feel like that's also at the heart of connecting. And this one is more common, I would say, this next point, but I feel as though it's common, but it could be taken much deeper than we have allowed. This point is just at the heart of connecting, is being able to build bridges, powerful and long lasting bridges. And a lot of people think, you just build a connection with that person. But when I say take it further, it's like you're building powerful bridges to another person's world, meaning what they love, what makes them tick. You're literally, imagine you're going and you're taking a portal into a whole different universe. And once you do that, now you're like a guest into this universe. You're learning what makes this universe tick. How is this universe different than mine? What's making it flow? I'm seeing beautiful colors that I've never seen. I'm seeing and experiencing different types of love that I did not know was there. It's just that, like, I feel like a lot of people leave it at a surface level connection. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I know Rita cool, she cooks, she do her thing, but building those powerful bridges to a person where it's just like, okay, yeah, Rita's cool and she can cook, but do you know, like, outside of cooking, that Rita has like a passion for helping kids, who, don't have a home that they can live in, or who don't have good food? Like, did you know that Rita, as tired as she will be or can be, you tell her that a kid needs help, she will get up and cook 5, 4, 3 something in the morning to make sure a child is fed? Like, did you know that? And did you know why she does it? Did you just those bridges, like, just seeing what makes a person tick, like asking them, why do you do this? Why do you love this? And it just, when you do that, it impacts your world. And when you have that powerful bridge that you and the individual, y'all can just, walk to each other's world backwards and forwards, and you just gain things and both grow. It's just, I feel like that is another crucial point in the heart of connecting with an individual, right? And the last point is really at the heart of connecting, I would say, is love. And a lot of people, I feel like love now is becoming very, what's the word I'm looking for? Generalized? Generalized? You guys get what I mean. Like, it's becoming just very like, oh, I love you. It's not like, the real, like, deep stuff. And this type of love that I'm saying that's at the heart of connecting it's that type of love that surpasses your understanding. And it leads to the connecting point and discovery of something or someone presented to you. So what I mean by that is, let's just say you're walking somewhere or you're at your job or whatever it is, and you meet an individual, and there's just some type of connection that you're somehow attracted to this person. It doesn't have to be like sexual or I want to date this person or anything like that. This is just something different. Like, you can be an older person and you see a young person that may remind you of your grandchild, but you have some type of connect. You feel something there, and it just kind of surpasses your understanding. Like, something is telling you need to talk with that individual, and you start to discover, like, more about this person. Like, they're presented to you like, okay, I don't know why. And I started talking with this person, and they open their mouth and they say something, and there's just this love that you have for them. And again, this doesn't mean like you want to date them or whatnot, but it's just some type of heart connection that you begin to build with that person. And it just surpasses your understanding. And as you continue to, talk with that person, you get to know them, the understanding of why you guys get connected becomes clear, a little bit, but then it still surpasses your understanding. And I feel like those moments are just very, very like crucial. And I would say a personal example to that is there is a very, very, very good friend of mine. He is super, super cool. And what's cool is that I was connected, I would say, to him when he was presenting something on stage. Never knew him, knew nothing about the kid. I think this was like a scholarship thing or whatever. Never knew nothing about the kid. He was sharing like the stuff that he went through, and I was just like, wow, okay. Now I did not take it any further from there. So, later on, I think there was a Facebook post, and it was a Facebook post. A friend tagged me and that individual at the time. I didn't know it was him. She tagged us in this post, and we started arguing or whatever it was. And for some odd reason, there was some type of connection that I had to this kid. And I was just like, not kid, because he's older than me. So this individual, and I was just like, I don't get it. Like, okay, he's like, there's something more. And there's something that was just pushing me. Like, you need to get to know him. You need to talk with him. I'm like, okay. So, I think we added each other on friends, and then kind of from there, we started talking more. And, super cool, super cool individual, and, thinks differently, this, that, and the other. And to this day, like, we still talk we actually talk every day. So we talked much more than we did previously. He has a family. It's super awesome. He's a super cool dude. And, it's that type of love that you have for your brother, that you want nothing but the best for them. You want them to thrive. You're just like, whatever they're about, you want them to succeed in. If if they're going through something, how can I help you? And that was like one of those experiences that I had, is like that love that you have for an individual that surpasses your understanding. And it's just like at that, like, I'm trying to think about it, try to make sure I get into it right. It just leads to that connecting point, right? And it leads to that discovery, like I said. And as I started to discover more about me and his connection, it was just like, he gets things on a deeper level than most people I know. And he understands me. Like, now I can say it. Now he, like, because before we were getting to know each other, now he understands me and I understand him in like ways that I could not talk to anyone else about, just because like he gets it. His mindset is there. Like, for you to know me, like, you have to be a free thinker. Like, there's so much, like, so he got it and he understood it. And it was just like, wow. And I would say that was one of those crucial points where, and later on, as we got to know each other later on, when I said, you look familiar, then that's when that same friend that tagged us said, you remember when we went to that event? He was the one that was speaking. Oh, that was the guy? Yeah. So I always have this picture of him as someone who's just going to be speaking to a lot of people, because that's how I was introduced to him. So just that connection is just, I feel like that's a part of what's at the heart of, connecting. And this is just me with not even a friend. He's like a brother to me now. And there's other points where I've connected with people, and it's, again, surpassed love that, surpassed my understanding. And I feel as though we all have that with someone, an individual, whatever it is. And it's just like, it's crucial, like that, something that's just like pushing you, or like a magnet, like, hey, you guys need to talk. And that's kind of that, guys. Like I said, this was a very interesting episode. And I just wanted to share that with you all, just really thinking about what's really at the heart of just connecting with different individuals. Because again, this is what the podcast is about, is how to connect with those, around you. And just been, I don't know, I've just been observing the connections that I have lately. And it's just like, what's really at the heart of it for me. I would say what's really at the heart of it for me to connect with, the people that I do. And, it's super cool to just do that. But this was that episode. And I just wanted to share that. I, felt led to talk about that. If you guys, again, have any questions, if you want to add on to it, feel free to leave comments on social media accounts and let me know. We can get some things started. And that's really all that I have for you guys until Tuesday. So with that being said, you all have a fantastic rest of your day. And we will talk very soon. All right, later.